A very good morning, children. Hope you are all doing fine. So today in this class we are going to study about the liberation of heat in the germinating seeds and also liberation of carbon dioxide in the germinating seeds. So in this class we are going to learn about the liberation of heat and also liberation of carbon dioxide, right? Already we have discussed that during respiration in the plants, even plants also respire oxygen and give out the carbon dioxide. Okay, so at the same time heat is also liberated. Now this is the same process which happens definitely in the human beings also. Now is it similar? Now the question is the process of respiration in the human beings and the process of respiration in the plants, is it similar? Is it similar? Do they really give out the carbon dioxide and heat? That is what we are going to discuss now, and that is what we are going to prove experimentally. So to prove this experimentally, what I have taken is, I have taken a glass jar here. I have taken a glass jar here, and in this glass jar I have filled them with the germinating seeds. Now these germinating seeds are the seeds of bajra, right? Now you bring the dry seeds, then soak them at least a day in the water, and then for the whole night, and then pack them in the cloth, and keep it aside. And when you see these seeds are germinating, then use them for the experiment. In the same way, if you want, you can take another jar with the dry seeds. You can also use the dry seeds in another jar to check whether respiration occurs in the dry seeds or not. So now once you have taken the germinating seeds here in the glass jar, what we will take is, we'll take a small glass, and then we'll fill it with 3/4 of that with the lime water. Okay, let me make it clear to you. First of all, we'll take some moong seeds or bajra seeds. Okay, we'll soak them in the water for a day, and then we'll take them and we'll put them in a cloth bag and we'll keep it aside, and the next day you will see that they will get germinated. So now in this experiment, what we are going to do is, we are going to use these germinating seeds for the experiment. Okay, the seeds which are germinated, where you will see the green color structures growing out from the seed, those are the germinating seeds. So you'll use those seeds for the experiment. And in this experiment, what we are going to see is, we are going to see whether carbon dioxide is released in the respiration or not, whether plants or the germinating seeds, whether they take oxygen or not. So after taking this glass jar, what we'll do is, we'll take a glass jar and you'll put all the germinating seeds in the glass jar. And then what we'll do is, we'll take a glass and fill it at least 3/4 of that with the lime water, and you'll place it at the corner like this. And then now what we will do is, we will try to close this with a rubber stopper. The mouth of the glass jar, will close it with a rubber stopper so that no air will escape outside. We'll make sure that no air will escape outside. So even if you still feel that there are chances that maybe the air also goes out from the rubber stopper, you can put some Vaseline. This is a preventive measure or precautionary measures you can take, where you can put some Vaseline around the mouth of the glass jar, so that will not allow any of the gas to escape from the glass jar. So now you'll keep this apparatus aside. You'll keep this apparatus aside, and you have to keep this aside for at least 1 or 2 days. So because it is a glass jar, and also what you have taken is a glass, right? And then you will be able to easily observe the change in the water, right? The lime water will start turning into milky white. So as it is turning into milky white, it is very much clear that the gas which is being left here, that is nothing but the carbon dioxide. Because of this carbon dioxide, the milky water, the lime water which is in this glass jar is turning into milky white or a white precipitate. So what does this tell us? That is, even these germinating seeds are taking the oxygen and they are giving out the carbon dioxide, and this carbon dioxide in turn is turning the lime water milky. So by this it's very much clear, by this it is very much evident that the germinating seeds respire. The germinating seeds take the oxygen and give out the carbon dioxide. Now if you do the same experiment, with dry seeds, that means in the place of the germinating seeds, what we will take is the dry seeds. So if you see these seeds and all, like, because you are taking the dry seeds in this, that in the dry seeds the rate of respiration will be absolutely low. So if you take the two jars, the jar which has the germinating seeds will turn, the lime water which is in the jar will convert into milky white or the white precipitate very, very fastly, because they respire, okay, and also they will release the carbon dioxide. But whereas in the non-germinating seeds, that is the dry seeds, the rate of respiration is very, very, very low. Okay, it might take a very, very long time for the lime water to turn into milky white. Okay, so now this is the experiment where we can easily understand how in the process of respiration, the germinating seeds will release the carbon dioxide. So as we have taken the dry seeds here, okay, there in the dry seeds the rate of respiration will be absolutely low. So it might take a very long time, okay, for the carbon dioxide to form and the carbon dioxide to turn this lime water milky. So it might take a very, very long time. So only the jar which has the germinating seeds, there the carbon dioxide will turn into milky white very, very fastly. Non-germinating seeds respire, but their rate of respiration is very, very low, and most of the time the seeds are absolutely dormant in state, I mean in the rest state. Okay, so by this we come to a conclusion that germinating seeds will take the oxygen and gives out the carbon dioxide. Now our next experiment is, does these germinating seeds respire and gives out heat? Do they liberate the heat or not? That is the next question which we are going to answer now. Okay children, so let's go to the next experiment. So children, what I have done here is, I have taken here a thermos flask. Okay, thermos flask is the same flask where you put the tea so that it can remain hot for some time, isn't it? So basically people carry the tea in the thermos flask. You might see the people selling the tea in the thermos flask, right? So now here in the same way I have taken a thermos flask here, right? So before that, what I will do is I will take some moong seeds or the bajra seeds and I will soak them in the water, okay, it is for the overnight, and the next day what I will do is I will tie them in a cloth, okay, and I put them aside, and the very next day when I open that, maximum seeds will be like, all the seeds will start germination. So you can see the black color sprout coming out. So these are called as the sprouts, right? So sprouts you can call them as, or else you can call them as germinating seeds. Now what I will do is, now you all know that thermos flask will have a lid over that, okay, a white color lid. So you remove that lid and prepare a cork which exactly fits that particular mouth, okay, so that our intention is that heat should not it should not escape from the bottle. So such a way you have to fix the cork. So, and now fix a cork like that, and then okay, before that what you will do is you will put all the bajra seeds or the moong seeds which are germinated, okay, and then you will fix the cork, and in the cork exactly in the middle you make a small hole where you can put a thermometer inside, okay, where you can put a thermometer inside. So I have taken a thermometer here and I have kept the thermometer in the seeds in such a way that the bulb will enter into the seeds, okay. So you can see that the bulb entered into the seeds. So that is how you have to place the thermometer, okay, so that it will be in the amidst of the seeds. It will be covered with the seeds from the all sides. So that is how you have to take this apparatus, and you keep it aside for some time, and every interval you just go and check the heat, okay. That means the mercury which is here, okay, now when you keep the thermometer here, if you mark it, it will be somewhere here, okay, and after every regular intervals if you go and check it, Now you can see that this will be increasing. This will be increasing. Now why it is increasing? Because these germinating seeds are undergoing a process called as respiration, and at the same time they are releasing the heat. Okay, and that heat, because it is not be able to be escaped from the flask, okay, and that will raise the temperature of the mercury which is in the thermometer. So within no time we can see the thermometer, the temperature is being raised in regular intervals. So by this we can prove that the germinating seeds will release the heat. Okay, so in these two experiments we have seen that the germinating seeds are able to release the carbon dioxide, and the same germinating seeds, they are able to release the heat. So this is how the carbon dioxide and heat are released when germinating seeds will respire. That means they are respiring the oxygen and they are giving out the carbon dioxide and heat. So by this we come to the end of the two very important experiments which are very important in the examination point of view. So I hope you all understood this one. So if you have any kind of doubts and all, you can put in the comment section. We'll try to answer those questions. Okay, children. In this unit, we have seen the respiration, right? So this is the last part of the second unit. Okay, so we'll see the differences and we will close this unit. Okay, now coming to the photosynthesis. Okay, in the photosynthesis, the raw materials which are used by the plant are carbon dioxide and water, isn't it? So the carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials which are being used here, right? And what is formed here is the sugar, and what is liberated is the oxygen, isn't it? So carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight has given rise to the sugar and also given out the oxygen. So this is what happened in the photosynthesis. But whereas when you come to the respiration part and all here, what are the end products, right? The end products of the photosynthesis, that is the sugar, okay, burns in the presence of the oxygen or is oxidized and gives out the carbon dioxide and water, which are the raw materials of the photosynthesis. So isn't it beautiful, right? Carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials here, and they combine with the help of the sunlight and gives out the sugar and oxygen. And the same, these are the two end products of the photosynthesis now become the raw materials or the reaction, the base of the reaction, and they will combine together and again gives out the carbon dioxide and water, and at the same time it also gives out the energy. So this is how the raw materials used in photosynthesis, okay, become the end products in the respiration. Okay, that's the first point we would like to discuss here, right? And the second point is this photosynthesis happens or occurs only in the plants and also some photosynthetic bacteria, right? Some photosynthetic bacteria and plants, you can see this process called as photosynthesis. You all know what is photosynthesis, right? So now here when you come for this one, second one, so this happens in all the living organisms, okay, including plants. All the living organisms including plants, they have to undergo the process called as respiration. So each and every organism, if they have to survive, they have to undergo the process called as respiration, right? Third one, here we can see this occurs in the presence of sunlight. Photosynthesis will occur only if there is a sunlight, but whereas if you come to this respiration, it will occur in the absence of the sunlight also. So sunlight is not at all necessary for the respiration to occur. Respiration process is a continuous process which goes on even there is sunlight or if there is no sunlight also. It doesn't depend upon the sunlight. Respiration never depends upon the sunlight, but whereas photosynthesis definitely depends upon the sunlight. Okay, now the fourth one is the plants can survive for few days even if there is no sunlight. Even if they don't perform photosynthesis process, plants can survive for some time, right? They can easily survive for some days. But whereas here in the respiration, they can't survive. Okay, that is, without respiration no organism can survive. So no organism can survive if a respiration stops, if the process of respiration stops. Okay, so now here already we have seen that the raw materials are carbon dioxide and water, and here the raw materials are the end products of the photosynthesis, that is sugars plus oxygen. And here we can see that the oxygen is liberated. Oxygen is liberated, and here we can see that carbon dioxide is liberated. Here we can see that the carbon dioxide is being liberated. Now here this process called as photosynthesis completely occurs in the chloroplast. But what about respiration? What about cellular respiration? This absolutely happens in the cytoplasm and mitochondria. So the respiration completely occurs in the cytoplasm and mitochondria of the cells. Okay, but whereas photosynthesis, it occurs in the chloroplast of the cells, but whereas in the respiration we can see the process occurs in the cytoplasm and mitochondria, right? And one more thing here is it adds weight to the body. So when energy is prepared, it adds weight to the body, isn't it? The plants will, their weight will increase if they produce some fruits, or if they produce some seeds and all, if they store them, the weight will increase. But whereas here in the respiration, energy is given out in the form of heat, energy is utilized, so there will be a decrease in the heat here, right? There will be in the decrease in the weight. So the weight will be decreased here, and here the weight will be added here. So these are all the differences between the photosynthesis and respiration, which is also a very, very important question for your examinations. So if you take these notes and all, that will be quite good. Okay, so these are all the differences. So by this we come to the end of the unit, which is called as respiration. So from tomorrow we'll start the third unit, which is circulation. Okay, so I want you to finish up all the pending works till second unit. Okay, till then, see you all, take care, have a nice day.